And then the client come to you and, hey, I got this other person quoting me only like half your price. Why?
Yeah. Then you tell them, then you go with them. Lor.
Hi, I'm Eugene. I've been in the industry for about 5 years and I'm from iPoise Design. I like to play with a lot of whites, more neutrals, so that actually from there I can blend in other stuff.
I'm Delynn and I'm from the Interior Lab, and this is my 4th year in the industry. I've been doing a lot of pastel colours. I work with a lot of blues and greens.
To start the game, each player will draw 5 question cards from the deck. Players will take turn choosing a question card from their hand to ask the opponent.
Players will be given 3 action cards each, where they can skip, swap or switch at any point of time. For skip, you can skip the question. Swap, you can swap the cards with your opponent. Switch, get your opponent to answer instead.
True or false? Interior designers are just replicating their designs for the clients.
There are certain IDs that are actually very specific in their type of design. They have the Instagram page, and then you can see the style is quite consistent lah. So in a sense, when you engage them, you should know that this is like sort of the style that you actually really want to go for. But if usually people engage a company, all sorts of designs and ideas they also have. Eugene, can you give us an insider tip? So aside from Ikea, where are the cheapest and best places to find nice furniture in Singapore?
Star Living. Yeah, they have quite a lot of good furnitures that are of good quality and their prices are not out of this world. Would you design and assist to renovate a haunted place?
Okay, so I personally am very scared of those RPL, right? And then I actually went to a place once at night, then there's no lights yet.
Yeah.
And then I started hearing a lot of noises. And then I started to like panic. And then I like, okay, don't think so much. And then when it started to get really dark, then I started like owning the torchlight, right? And I saw a moth. Then you know, like moth, there's like this indication that like, you know, there's a spirit. So I'm like, okay, I'm done. Then I just go out, you know. What are some of the scams you've heard surrounding the interior designing industry?
People like to think that we are just after money and we are just up to increase the quotation. Another thing is also like they feel that we like to give hidden costs. Very sad part when a client were to bring that up to us.
When they ask this sort of questions, of course, it's to protect themselves. But when they get a bit aggressive in terms of questioning, then they always ask, why so expensive?
Yeah.
If we can do cheap, of course, we want cheap for you, ma.
But the worst is when they compare with an external party, right, or contractor. On their end, it's very easy to say, oh, you do this, actually, 1,000 or 2,000 only. Why this guy charge you 4,000? It's like you don't understand the full context. Then you drop this kind of costs, and then you confuse the client. And then the client come to you and, hey, I got this other person quoting me only like half your price. Why?
Yeah. Then you tell them, then you go with them. Lor. And I think if you're worried about scams, I think one thing you can look out for is company with case trust. Usually, like case trust, it will help you to insure your first deposit lah. Why is interior design so expensive, and how much do you make on average per project?
Wow. Okay.
Just saying there's a switch card over there if you want to.
Oh, we never use it.
Never use it.
You don't use
See?
Okay, why is it so expensive? So sometimes owners, I think they forget that we are doing everything for them. In a sense, we are like the one-stop shop.
When you engage us as a professional, right, just like how you go to a lawyer or you go to a doctor, you pay consultation fees. Some clients, they come to us and they're like, hey, your design fee can waive off or not? Yeah, but they're actually forgetting that everything that we plan for them, everything that we do is really, it really comes off from years of experience that we have or even things that we actually pick up along the way. And these things, I really strongly believe should cost something. And it shouldn't be worthless lah, where you engage us and okay, design free lah, I do 3D for you also free, I just help you to, I mean even lies if the contractor also free lah, I shouldn't earn anything from that.
How come there's a disparity of like some other companies can be like?
It can get very grey sometimes, or it depends on how honest a particular company wants to be. What I've ever encountered when a client is nice enough to tell me like, I really love your design, I love your work, your attitude and everything, but your cost is just $10,000 or like $15,000 more expensive than this other guy. Plumbing is like, my cost is like maybe 4,000, then this person is like 2,000. So I questioned like why, then I was like matching it, then I was like, hey, he never run new pipes for you at all. Then when questioned the other guy, that person said that you want to save your cost for piping. But if you've ever seen a full hacking site, when you hack, nothing can be salvaged. It's gone on. But in actual fact that once you're at it, right, and then they come to you, hey, actually, your pipes are damaged. No choice, need to have this extra cost incurred. And it's like you're 1 feet into it, you cannot say, I don't want you anymore.
So I think that's why sometimes people are like not trusting of like the people in our industry, because this is where like the hidden cost comes in.
Yeah. What are some of the restrictions when it comes to designing for an HDB home?
There are people who want to change up like the toilet bowl position to have a better like workflow in the toilet. So that's not allowed.
Yeah, I think the toilet bowl one is really a thing, right? Like everyone was like, hey, the toilet bowl is here, cannot.
Can I shift here?
Then the worst one is that they tell you that some other contractor told them can move.
Oh,
and
no.
then they're like, why you say cannot? Then we have to tell them, okay, it's can move. It can be done, but it's not allowed.
They always like to tell us like, oh, but other people are doing for us. So like, how?
Yeah, for those then, I mean, we just pull the HDB license card law. Like we have our own license, and actually it's not allowed. It's not legal, and they have problems selling that kind of stuff.
Yeah, correct. Because when it comes to this sort of amendments to the layout, right, usually we do consider in terms of the resale value for owners, and we think about like long term for them lah. So sometimes like why we say no to certain things that they want is because we also have the interest for them lah. True or false? My friends or family have tried to bait me into designing their house for free.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Yeah, that is very, very irritating sometimes. I just feel like, sure, sometimes you would help, right? Like maybe just advise, like maybe you want to go with this color over that, or you can actually do this with your layout. But I feel it's a bit sad if they use you, like they just come up to you straight up with the layout, like, hey, do you know, this is my home layout. What can you do with it? And then you see like the most like heart pain one, right? It's like you give your advice because they're friends, and then they go and engage some contractor, and they engage someone else to execute your design or your ideas. Since interior designing is a commission-based job, when was your lowest point?
During the start of COVID, I think everyone was very concerned of the costing. Yeah, because everyone's like salaries slightly affected here and there. So it was very competitive lah. So I started eating grass for like a few months. Because we are also considered self-employed. Even the money we earn, right, we do contribute to like CPF or that. So it's not like we earn you a lot of money. Actually, I don't think we can get super rich. We understand your money is very hard earned. Our money also. We run site, we sweat. We do touch up ourselves, we do painting when no workers. So although it's comms, it's really not fixed lah. So it's like very hard, and like especially owners like don't want to pay the last payment.
They scared we run away, I think. Like the general thing is like, what if I pay you this 5% and you don't come back anymore?
But has things gotten better after COVID period?
I think maybe COVID period, everyone has a lot of time. They do a lot of research. They will say, oh, this one I know roughly how much. This one, wow, those owners that come with slides.
Oh yes, I have a lot. PowerPoint slides.
Yeah. You're very pro.
They do the mood board for us, They have got one have I think 20 to 30 slides of Google Docs. Wow. Then like detailed like what I like, what I don't like. Ask anything you want. How would you deal with a very unreasonable client? You build for him or her this 2 meters cabinet, right? And then they measure, hey, it's 1988, like you short by a little bit.
I did hear from a colleague before that like the owners actually did a measurement. They measured every single corner of the house.
Okay.
And then there was one particular area with the false ceiling, there's only like a 2 cm difference.
Okay.
And then he requested, can you refund me the 2 cm?
Wow.
So it's like, to be honest, if like we were to go and be nitty-gritty about all these sort of things, right? There's a lot of other things that we actually also cover for you, and we don't say lah, because imagine everything we say, hey, we cover for you, we cover for you. We don't have to go to that extent lah. Just have an open communication with us lah. So we hope to have that with owners also. Thank you for watching this episode of Spill It.
And if you want to see more, stay tuned on Fridays. Bye-bye.
Bye.